By my estimates, the effective 6-month moratorium on offshore oil and natural gas production will result in the loss of approximately $2.1 billion in output, 8,000 jobs, and about $500 million in wages, and nearly $100 million in forfeited state tax revenues in the Gulf states alone. They, depending on the number, the type of number, they between double and triple. Some will triple, some will double on an annual basis. Now, if the moratorium goes on yet longer than a year, they can go even higher. The study does go into detail in the different types of jobs. Of course, the preponderance of those losses are in mining and extraction industries directly related to the industry. But close on the heels of that, surprisingly, are jobs among professionals, doctors, teachers, other professions that are supported by the communities whose economic base is oil and gas from the Gulf. So, of course, if people don't have healthcare coverage, there's no point in doctors setting up practices in that community. If the communities can't afford to pay their teachers, they're going to lose those teachers. Of course, these changes will be very difficult to reverse once these communities enter into economic decline. I can give you examples from all over the country. Some of the examples I know come from some of the depressed coal communities in Pennsylvania, for instance, where the school systems have consolidated and children have a 1.5 and 2 hour bus ride on either side of school every day because their community can no longer afford a local school. Same with hospitals, same with other social services. Well, the most local is a person's home, and once you lose your job, you've lost your job. These are families who, at best, are expected to, for no reason other than the White House policy, go without pay for 6 months. Tremendously devastating in these local communities, and of course tremendously devastating during what we're calling the Great Recession. If this moratorium goes on longer, of course, these people will have to sell their homes into an incredibly depressed market, move somewhere else in the U.S., and seek employment in one of the worst job markets we've seen certainly since the 1970s, if not since the Great Depression. These individuals, these communities, need help now. They need jobs now. They need production, wages, and even the communities themselves need tax revenues now. Well, of course, I'm not an engineer, so I don't have full expertise in what exactly went wrong. My understanding, however, from the investigations completed so far, is that all evidence points to an idiosyncratic failure of safety regulations and specific technology implemented on that specific platform. A broad brush halt of all activity in the Gulf is not the appropriate remedy. Well, to be frank, my thoughts on that are exactly what we should have done in the financial crisis as well, to allow those banks that could safely underwrite credit to do so, but also to punish those who don't. And that's the right policy for the Gulf. Examine the platforms. We've had several months now to do so. The team should have been in place making that examination and that certification, and allowing those businesses who are operating with safe and sound drilling principles and production principles to, of course, continue to do so, and punishing those who are not.